Good morning, friends. Welcome back to my channel. I guess it's good morning for me. It's morning here on the day that I am filming this. It's Amy, and earlier this month, actually the first day of the month, I drew myself my new set of Story by Stacy story deck cards. So if you're not familiar with these are a set of cards. There's 4 categories: a ready, a set, a go, and a bonus. And each month I draw one card from each category, and then I create a layout or a page with what these cards say. So if we flip them over, my ready card was values and belief, and then they give some suggestions if you're having a hard time coming up with something. My set card was definition. My go card was black and white, and my bonus card was technique. So the beginning of this video shows me drawing those cards. I have spent all month hemming and hawing on what I was going to do with these cards, and I all month up until 3 days ago was planning on taking this a totally different route. But I have finally come with a decision, and we're going to get started today. So for values and beliefs, I'm going to go with a motto. I'm going to add some definition into my journaling. Black and white, I'm going to use the current Bring Back My Pack paper pack that Close to My Heart has on special this month. This paper collection actually goes away on July 31st, which, if you can believe, is Monday. So there's 3 patterns on one side of each of the different papers, and then you flip them over and there's another 3. So they are all black and white, including the zip strips. There are some zip strips. And then there's a great sticker sheet. I have cut some of my stickers out and used them, or have been playing around with them. So there are some stickers that are black and white. And we'll see if we're going to use those, but I'm going to just use scraps of the papers. And then the photo that I'm going to use, I'm actually going to use 2 photos, and I this month celebrated my 25th year as a Close to My Heart maker, and so we did a fun little photo shoot. And I rarely make scrapbook pages about myself, but this was a big milestone, so I thought they went great with this paper collection. And because my card said black and white, I figure, why not do this? That is another thing I love about these cards, is it is getting me to tell stories that I probably normally wouldn't tell. So we're going to go ahead and scrapbook this. So the bonus card was a technique: stamping, embossing, tearing, mixed media, folding, distressing, or journaling. So we'll see if we can add a technique to this. I have an idea to get me started, but this page is going to evolve as we go along. So I'm going to clear my desk and we're going to get started. All right, so I've brought in my Versamat, and we're going to do a 1-page scrapbook page, and I'm going to use my White Daisy as my base. And then, as I mentioned, I pretty much only have scraps left in this Bring Back My Pack collection. So I just cut a variety of strips. Some are a 1/2 inch wide, some are 1 inch wide, some are 3 inches wide, and they're all different lengths. I've included zip strips, so we've got a variety of black and white. And then I cut I believe this is 2 inches, 2 by 12 inch of this pattern, and this is going to go at the down at the bottom. And I just realized I have no adhesive in my tape runner, so I'm going to fill this up and I will be right back. Alrighty, we are back now. I think I have everything I need. So we are going to add this right to the bottom of our base page. This collection first debuted, I want to say it was in 2015 or 2013, and it was beautiful. And they gave it a facelift for this Bring Back My Pack, and it has been available from Close to My Heart since July 1st, and it will retire on the 31st. Now what I did is I cut this zip strip, it's a sticker, and I cut it just to do like a dry fit. So that is going to go right there. I'm just going to take the other zip strip. I love this. It's like a film strip. And we're going to put this right here, and I'm going to put it flush with the top of this pattern paper. What's neat about this sticker sheet is this is actually a sticker as well in between the two border stickers. Close to My Heart does not normally do that, so I love that I've got that one as well. All right, so there is the bottom of our base page, and then what we're going to do is just kind of arrange these in a diagonal pattern, and I'm wanting to mix up the black and the white and also stagger them so they're not even on both sides. And I did cut some so that it would continue, because we're going to put our photo, I'm going to mat it. One of the photos I'm going to mat on the black, and it's going to go like right here, and then I'm going to have a flip flap, so that will go like that, and then we'll have our journaling. So because the picture is, let me just use the mat, it's going to go like this, you could have some of the strips, like it could be white under there. But there's no rhyme or reason to this. I think maybe I'm just trying to stagger the black and the white and the thickness. So I don't want necessarily to, so see, this is the same thickness, so I want to divide those up a little bit. So maybe we'll put that one there, and I could add maybe this right there like that. And then we could put this one right here like this. I think we need, we could trim that one. Let's see, maybe we'll go like this and like that, and then we can put this one. So this is a great page to do if you are wanting to use up scraps. And you can decide how close together you want them. I'm not sure I want that there because that's so similar. Maybe we'll put this one. Yeah, I like that. Maybe go like that and like that. Maybe we'll do one other little piece there. And then this could go here. I think I need a longer one for right here. Let's move this one out of the way. It seems like lately I've been doing more one-page layouts, and I've been making a really good use of my scraps. So go like that. And they don't have to be a continuous strip. Like you see how I have a gap there with different patterns? You could totally do that. this. Do that. Here's a small one we could put right there. And then oh, we've got this one. Let's do this one. That could go right there. But that's the same thickness, so I don't want that. And that's the same thickness. So let's do this one. And then we could do that. And then maybe I'll trim, or wait, maybe I'll trim this one and we can put that one right there like that. I think I like that. So let's go ahead and start. I'll start adhering and then I'll do the rest off camera so you don't have to watch. But you know what I think I'm gonna do? I think I might go like that, and we'll trim this one. Yeah, I like that. My trimmer is not here, so I'm gonna have to get that, but I think we'll do that. And then maybe I'll get another pattern. I'll take one of these and put it up there. So I think that's what I'll do. So I'm gonna go ahead and trim these up, adhere them down, and then I will be back on and we will add our photo and our flip flap and continue with our motto. All right, so I did fill in the gaps here and I trimmed some of the strips, and I thought, well, you might want to see me adhere these down if you're more of a visual person. So I'm just going to adhere some of these down. And again, I am just using scraps. If you're like me, you have lots of scraps. And this particular layout could work with any theme and any scraps. And you can combine zip strips and different widths of paper. If you have border stickers, you could do stickers. And I am just going through and adhering them all, and then I will put my photo mat down. So you could also use this particular pattern and use more than one photo if you want. I'm just going to do one photo mat and have the flip flaps on. But you can see I am really just eyeballing this. I find that, I think I might even trim this one a little bit. I find that when I try to measure, it sometimes comes out a little bit more crooked. I'm a perfectionist to an extent, but this is working just fine for me. The other thing you can do is add some stenciling or some sponging, or you could even stitch. I'm keeping it pretty basic for today. But with my story deck card, when it says technique, you could totally do stitching. I don't know, maybe I'll do some faux stitching. I do not have a sewing machine to do actual stitching. I love that look, and I do some hand stitching when I have the time, or I work on projects that involve hand stitching when we're watching TV or something. I like to be always doing something with my hands. I can't sit still and do nothing. So that is something that I can do while I'm watching TV. But for today, we are going to keep this simple. So I'll go ahead and add this zip strip, and then I will finish up off camera and be back. One thing I'm noticing as I do this is the widths in between each of my strips, it is varying, and that's another fun way to do it. You're varying the widths of the strips, the lengths of the strips. Why not vary the space of the strips? It's not all about being perfect. This is kind of like a mismatch, kind of patchworky, quilty type of page. So I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of this adhering off camera, and I'll be back. Okay, friends, I am back, and all of my paper strip scraps are adhered to the page, and I'm getting really excited because as I was adhering the rest of these strips, some ideas popped into my head. So this is going to be my photo mat, and I'm gonna have my photos in a 4x6 flip flap, and I chose the orientation with the adhesive strip at the top. So a little tip that I like to do is adhere my two pages back to back so that they don't slip and slide, or that just so that they're even. So I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive. Now you have to remember that if this is going to be on the front, we're going to flip it up. So we want this picture to go like this. So it's actually, we're adhering it to the back of this upside down. So there's the first picture, and then there is how it flips up. So I adhere them together so it's just one photo in reality. Then we're going to put this in the flip flap, so that when we see how nice they slide in, and the Close to My Heart flip flaps are that nice sturdy plastic like our page protectors. But you want to make sure when you put it in, when this flap, which is already scored, when you fold that down, the adhesive is to the back so that it will stick on to this. So let's go ahead and we will adhere our mat, and I'm gonna put it, oh, I don't know, maybe, I think I like it there like that. It doesn't really matter. Now, if you know what's going to go on the corresponding page, if this was going to be on the right side, you may want to put it more towards the right side of the page. This is just a one-page layout. I'm not going to have a corresponding page, so you could even put it in the center, but I'm going to put it on the side towards the left because I'm going to have something over here. And then this could go right here, but what I like to do, I'm going to peel this off, and I am going to actually adhere this to my page underneath that mat so that you don't see that little piece right there. Okay, so that's going to go like that, and I like how that looks. Then what I'm going to do for my technique, I wasn't sure what I was going to do, but it says stamping, embossing, tearing, mixed media, folding, distressing, or journaling. I'm going to do some stamping, and I am going to make my own Picture My Life card, so my own journaling spot. And I cut this white daisy piece down 1/4 of an inch smaller. So the black mat is a 4x6. My white daisy is 3 3/4 by 5 3/4, and I will adhere that to the center so you won't even see that. So what I did, I'm going to move this out of the way. I'm going to flip my Versamat over. And in our new July-August idea book, there is so much in here. I'm just hitting the tip of the iceberg with all these fabulous products. But I love on page 48, I love the Setting the Scene stamp set. I love this texture like text stamp. It kind of reminds me of our Dream Maker set back from May. And at first I thought I was going to use that and kind of create a background in a light color ink, but I thought that might compete with all of the different patterns we have going on here. But then I'm like, oh, let's use these lines for my journaling. So I pulled this out and you can see this set. Another tip I do, I don't know if you do it, but when you get your stamp sets, they come in these great envelopes, which makes it very easy to organize your photos. They keep them protected. And usually the stamp set is in like that. So you just see this. What I always do is once I use it, I will stick it in the front like this. So you can see all the images and you see the name of the stamp set. That's just something that I do. Just a little tip. But in this set, you've got the journaling lines, you've got that great textured background stamp, you've got this one that's going to be great for the fall, and you have all of these little background texture stamps. They're like blobs, as I say, or swooshes. Swooshes is a better word. Let's use the word swoosh. So you can use these to highlight images and whatnot. All these fun, cute clouds. I think they all have so much character. And then that cute sun as well. You can stamp that over that, and it's just a whole lot of fun. So we are going to get our line stamp, and I'll just demonstrate to you really quickly. When you peel these off, peel them off gently because you don't want to tear them. There have been a few times when I've been a little rough and I've actually torn a stamp or two. Okay, I do have a block somewhere here. Where did I put it? Here it is. And we're gonna stick this on, and I'm gonna use, let's try the linen ink. This is a very light ink. Oh, and another thing you want to do is, let me wipe this. I'm getting ahead of myself. This is a brand new stamp, so you do want to season it to get that little manufacturing film off of it. So I just rub it on my skin to get that film off, and then you will get a nice image. I'm going to use some scrap paper and just stamp down. Now that is light. I did bring in pewter. Let's see which one I like better. Pewter is one of the colors that is retiring. So if it's been on your list, let's see, which do we like better? I'm going to do my journaling in black, and I just wanted to keep it soft. I think I am going to go with the linen. It's okay if you don't see the lines, because the lines are really there just to help me keep my journaling straight, because I'm going to hand write my journaling. So what I'm going to do is ink this up, and I'm going to start from the bottom, and I'm going right in the center. I'll let it sit for a minute to let the ink absorb into the paper. That's perfect. I don't know if you're going to see it because it's such a light color, but I will hold it up when I'm done, and then I'm lining this one up. And I will let it seep in, and that is perfect. So hopefully, I'm not sure if the camera is picking that up, but those lines will be perfect for me to do my journaling. I'm going to talk about my experience over the past 25 years as a close to my heart maker. I have a lot to say. It's not all going to fit in here, but this is going to allow me to keep my verbiage short and sweet. And there are the lines are very close to each other, so I'll write small. Now, I did not add another set of lines because I pulled this set out. I got this one. This one is called School Friends. It is in this idea book as well. And I got this one because my daughter is a school teacher. She is busy getting ready to start her second year as a third grade teacher. And my son is a music teacher. And I just love these animals. I thought they were super cute. Lots of times I'll create little things for her students. And I make cards for her to have on hand to send to parents when she has to send home notes and stuff. But I like this saying, oh, the places you will go. That could be used for anything. It's a famous Dr. Seuss book. I had gotten that book for one for each of my children, and I had each of their teachers from preschool all the way up to senior year sign their book and then surprise my kids with the book at their graduation party. So it's kind of like a yearbook for just them with all of their teachers. Just love this saying. So I am going to rub that to season it. Another thing that's nice in all of the stamp sets, you do get that envelope to organize it. You also get, you can see I've already done a bunch of cutting with the ThinCuts and stamping. You also get this nice information sheet about ThinCuts and about caring for your stamps. So make sure that you read that for some added tips. So I'm thinking I'm going to put this right here. And that's why I didn't add any more lines. And I think what I'll do is use black for this. And let me grab my paper and we will ink this up. And this does have a little bit of a solid image in it. So I like to twist, 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 stamp, stamp, stamp. And then let's see what kind of image we get. Love it. And so I'm thinking I'm going to cut this out a little bit just to kind of audition it to see if I like the way it looks on this Picture My Life card that I'm making. So it will go like that. And I'm liking that. And then maybe I'll add an embellishment or something to jazz it up a little bit, but I am liking that. So we are going to go ahead and ink this up again. Stamp, 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 twist, twist, twist. And I'm going to put it right here like this. And this is going to meet the requirement of my technique card. And of course, when you are dealing yourself the cards, the Story by Stacy cards, you do not have to, you know, there are no rules in scrapbooking and card making and paper crafting. You can do whatever you want. But I just love the story deck because it kind of gives you a starting point and then you can jump off into all different directions. But what I've been loving about it is I scrapbook just about every day. And using the story deck cards, I am telling stories that I probably would never have told. Things that are on my list that I just don't take the time to tell. So if you are a seasoned memory keeper, you might just have fun doing it. It's a new approach, and I actually look forward to the beginning of every month to draw myself a new hand. So I'm looking at this set. I could even add some light stars to this. There's the outline star and there's the solid star. So if I wanted to, I could do that. I'm going to hold off and wait for right now. There's even that border that could go right there to kind of to put one there and one there to kind of separate the journaling from the title. Look how cute this little pencil is and the little apple. I just love this set. So there is our journaling square, our very own PML card, and that is going to go right there like that. So let's go ahead and adhere this for now, and then we can come back and embellish it. So I just want to make sure that I adhere this so you can't see it, and that looks pretty darn good. It got a nice border around here. So I have mentioned that close to my heart is discontinuing our PML cards, our Picture My Life cards, which is sad, but with all of our stamps and embellishments, it's really fun. You can make your own, just like I did right there. All right, so there is that, and that looks really good like this. It's very busy with all the different patterns. You could keep it like this. I had contemplated doing some sponging and some stenciling, but we're going to leave it like that. Now, another card is the values and beliefs, and there was a motto. So what I did, one of my mottos when I started my business was, she believed she could, so she did. And that is a motto that I keep near and dear, close to my heart, day in and day out. So I have that motto. And then to bring in the pink of the pink door, I cut the motto out with my circle ThinCuts. And I used, I believe this is the 2.5 inch circle, and then I cut a piece of the Flamingo pink with the 3 inch. And I'm going to do another technique here where I've got my Flamingo ink, and I'm going to get my sponge. So we have these round sponges, and I like to cut them into little triangles. That way they last longer. And I am just going to pick up some of that ink and just sponge around this. This just gives a little softer look than if I went paper direct to the ink pad or used one of those blending tools. This is just a softer look. And that's just going to allow it to pop a little bit. And I was thinking the pink, and then I was going to put it like, I don't know, maybe right here. But I'm wondering if I should do black. You know what we're going to do? We're going to flip it over, I think. Or maybe I'll audition another one. Let's do, I have a black sponge right here. So let me try this and we'll see what we like better. I don't know, let's see. Black or pink? We'll go ahead and keep the pink. And this is going to sit, so remember the flip flap is going to be here, and when I put this on the page protector, we're going to cut the page protector so this flip flap comes out of it. So when you look at the page, it's going to look like this, and then you'll flip it up and you'll see the whole thing. So let's first cover our ink pad so I don't accidentally get ink somewhere where I don't want it to be. And we'll adhere this right in the center. And then I am going to adhere this right like this. So there is our motto. And so let's take a look at our Picture My Life card so far. So we've got our ready card is values and beliefs. So I used a motto, so we can check that off. Then we have set, which is a definition. So I think in my journaling, I will kind of give my definition of she believed she could, so she did. So we can cross that off. And then go is black and white. So we've got all black and white paper. And then technique, I use the stamping. So we use the stamping right here. Another technique is how to incorporate scraps into your page. So we're spot on with our cards. And I don't know, I think I like this. I'm gonna go ahead and do my journaling off camera, and then we'll see if we'll embellish this anymore, and then we'll put it in our page protector and be good to go. Alrighty, friends, I am back, and I am really excited with the way this is coming together. So here it is with the flip flap closed, and then when we open it, I've got my journaling here, and using this image, those dotted lines allowed for me to keep my handwriting, my lines pretty straight. And because I stamped it in that linen color, you can't even see the line. So I love that. And now my next question is, I want to do something right here. I journaled with my black LaPen. I could maybe add some doodle lines around it, but I want to do something up here. And at first I thought maybe I would use some of my black and white dots. Where did I put them? And I could put like 2 little hearts there. But then I thought, oh, maybe I should do stars, because it's kind of like I'm celebrating a milestone. So we could either do a heart there and a heart there, and that would tie in the heart there. Or I could stamp the star, you know, kind of randomly do some stars there. And I'm not sure if bringing in the stars would be too much, if I should stick to just the hearts and keep it simple and do a heart there and a heart there. Another thing I could do is do pink hearts there to tie in the pink. Maybe I'll do 2 pink hearts, and we'll do some doodling around the perimeter of the PML card. What do you think? Okay, so I pulled out my pink hearts, my pink dots, and maybe we'll do the tiny hearts in that medium color and just put it right there and keep it simple. And then I can add my little doodle lines. What do you think about doing that? We'll add just a little bit of pink to bring out the pink on my circle and the pink on the door. So we'll do one there. Have I told you how much I love these dots? And I love that we get 3 different colors on a sheet. We get 3 different shapes, and the shapes come in 3 different sizes. I think it's brilliant, and that is a little too close to my liking. And these are not too bulky. They're pretty flat. That's why I like to use my piercing tool to adhere them. Okay, so I am liking that. And then let's go ahead and just add a little bit of journaling. And I'm gonna go dot, dash, dash, dot, dash, dot, all around the perimeter. So it looks like some faux stitching. Like I mentioned, I love the look of the sewing. I just don't have a sewing machine. So we'll finish this really quick. And this is definitely an optional step. It's adding more time to the project, but I think it's time well spent. The journaling pens are great for journaling, and they are great for adding little touches. We have the LaPens in a variety of colors, but they are retiring. So if you are like me and you love colored pens, you might want to invest in getting all the colors before they are gone. So I like that. You could even add some doodling around the circle, but I am going to stop there. I am very happy with this, and like I mentioned, this has taken a total different direction than what I originally planned on doing. It's kind of hard for me to create pages about myself, but I like this, and I'm glad that I am documenting this milestone. I am proud of myself for this milestone, and I know my children have learned from me working. They've learned different character traits and how to deal with conflict, all because of my job, and I talk about that in here, and I talk about how I've stepped out of my comfort zone and done things I never thought I would, and I've taken my husband all around the world on all expense paid trips, and close to my heart has just been really good to our family. So now what I'm going to do is put this in a page protector, and again, you're going to want to decide if it's going to go on the left side or the right side of a layout, and I'm only doing a 1 page, so I'm going to put it in like this with my holes here to put it in the binder. And then what I'm going to do is take my Sharpie pen, and I am just going to add a dot right next to where that flip flap lays. And then I'm going to take my page out, and you can see the line, the 2 dots right there. I'm going to bring my little cutting mat in and line those dots up on this line right here. I'm going to take my ruler and line them up, and then take my X-Acto knife and cut a slit. And you put the mat inside the protector because you only want the slit on the top part of the protector. You don't want it to go all the way through. And then we can slide our page back in, and then add the, or feed the flip flap through that slit like this, and then it flips up like that. Super easy, and it's ready to go into my album. So again, to just recap, I have done my July story deck cards. My ready card was values and beliefs, which was my motto. She believed she could, so she did. Our set card was definition, and I describe what that motto means to me in my journaling. My go card was black and white. I used all black and white paper, and my bonus card was technique, and I did some stamping and created my own journaling picture my life card. There you have it. If you liked this video and could give me a thumbs up, like the video and share it, view it. That just helps YouTube to know you want to see more of these videos, and it tells them that they'll show my video more, and it allows me to grow. I'm slowly inching my way towards my goal of 1,000 followers by August, and I look forward to catching you on the next video. Bye-bye.